Can he put this one up and under? Go on, Rashford. Please score this. It'd be lovely to see this go in. And of course it does. Marcus Rashford, take a bow. What a lovely free kick. Finally, we've scored a free kick in this series. Loose ball falls to Lewis Davies. Let's see what he can do from here. Oh, the roulette has worked. He goes for goal. Lewis Davies. Oh my goodness. That is a contender for goal of the season right there. So we're back again with another episode of the Manchester United Career Mode series. This is episode number 40 and it's a big one today because we're going to be revealing our new kits for this season. We also have our very first Manchester derby of the season as we take on City at the Etihad Stadium in the Premier League. That's going to be one hell of a game. And if all that wasn't enough, we've got a major Champions League night coming up as we take on Juventus at Old Trafford. So we've got our huge kit reveal today. Big games in both the Premier League and the Champions League, so it's definitely going to be one hell of an episode. And if you guys are enjoying the content, keep the support coming and drop a like in the video, subscribe if you're new around here, and let's get this started. Just to let you guys know, I'm going to be doing a big pack opening stream on Twitch for Team of the Season. If you guys want to come out there and support the stream, feel free to do so. Links to my Twitch will be in the description below. The stream will begin this Friday, 6 PM UK time. The return of the classic 2008 Manchester United jersey for this season, and I'm so excited to see how this works in game. It looks beautiful. The jersey in which United managed to win the Champions League back in 2008. And oh my god, we've got the Nike sponsor back as well. We've got the AIG logo. This genuinely looks class and I can't wait to use it this season. A quick shout out to Gingsta on Twitter who's actually made these kits by himself and he's allowed me to use his mod for this series, so really appreciate that. You guys can check his Twitter down in the description below. Press conference time, and if you guys want to see your questions being answered, drop them down in the comment section below. First one of the day. When will you change your players' kit numbers like Greenwood, McTominay, Breno and more? So I've actually seen comments like this a lot and finally I've gone ahead and switched up the kit numbers. So Ampadu's going to be wearing number 3 for us. Kamavinga wears 6. Jack Grealish will be now donning the number 8 jersey. I feel like that suits him a lot. We're also going to have Lewis Davies wear number 16. Breno Fernandes is going to take the old jersey of Bruno Fernandes and wear number 18 for us. Dan James gets his number 21 kit back as well. And as we move along, now I've got a question for you guys. Mason Greenwood in real life wears number 26, so I'm not sure if we should change him to maybe a number 9 kit or something because I kind of like him having his realistic kit number. So, you know what? I'll put this up to a vote. Should we be able to change Mason Greenwood's kit number to number 9? Let me know by voting. Click the I button on the top right of your screen. It's going to be your decision. But apart from that, I think I've done a good job changing most of our players' kit numbers. Next question. I'm excited to see the battle between Lewis Davies and Kamavinga. But who do you think will earn that first team spot? That is actually a very good question. Lewis Davies so far has been really good when never given the opportunity. Last episode he scored one of our best goals of the series so far. On the other hand, Kamavinga has had a very strong debut to his United career, trapping a couple of assists in 4 games, which is really impressive. So honestly, if I'm being like perfectly fair, I think it's going to be 50-50 between the two of them. I think they're going to play the same amount of games this season because both are literally at the same level right now. I think form is going to decide who starts more often. I'm not going to favor any one of these two players. It's basically going to be who plays better gets more opportunities. That's how I'm going to run things between Kamavinga and Lewis Davies. Of course, McTominay is going to be the starter alongside them. Next up, will you play Dalot at left back because he's higher rated than Brandon Williams? This is actually a very good idea because Diego Dalot can actually play as a left back and we've used him there before and he's done a good job. But I quite like Brandon Williams and so far this season, he's made a few mistakes here and there, but he's actually been pretty good as well. So I don't think it's necessary to do this. Dalot will continue to be like a backup left back and right back. I'm pretty happy with Brandon Williams being a starter. With that, we've wrapped up today's press conference. Let's move on. Marcus Rashford yet again delivered for Manchester United. Last episode, he was just outrageous. Some of the goals he was scoring, it was simply sensational. Mason Greenwood gave him tough competition, but ultimately, you guys voted for Rashford and he wins the Player of the Episode award. Here's a quick update on our youth academy. Take a look at this. We've got like 4 quality players in the academy right now. Joel Bailey, Harrison Cook, Innocent Otara, and Owen Carter. The question I want to ask you guys is, should we promote them to the first team right now? I'm not too sure. I think the play should be to promote them as soon as they demand to be promoted. Until then, I'm fine with them being in the academy, not complaining about lack of game time, and actually, growing in their overall. Let me know in the comments section what should we do. Okay, this is interesting. Our scouting project in England has been completed, and you know what? Lewis Bailey has done a good job in finding top English talent, so we're gonna send him back to England to bring us more talented players. Last episode, we had Mason Greenwood come off the bench and score for us in one of the games, and I actually forgot to include that goal in the bench warmers objective, so don't worry, I fixed that. It is now included. In this episode, I'm looking forward to making more progress with maybe Lewis Davies, continue scoring and assisting with him. Bruno Fernandes with more goals as well would be great. We just need Greenwood and Rashford to keep things up, just as they're doing right now, because they've been superb so far. Alright. So today's episode, we're starting things off with a bang as Manchester United take on City. Our first Manchester derby of the season, and also our first Manchester derby after the financial fair play stuff. So the challenge is going to be unreal against City. A lot of people in the comment section were calling this the Manchester derby. Appreciate the banter there, but yeah, it's going to be a huge game against City, who are unbeaten so far in the league. If we can get a big win here at the Etihad Stadium, that could be huge for us. This is how we've got our team set up for this one against City at the Etihad Stadium. Mason Greenwood leads the line. We've got Rashford, Grealish, Dan James all starting. I had to make a tough decision between Camavinga or Lewis Davies, but I've gone with Camavinga because Lewis Davies was lacking a bit of stamina. Maguire starts, Tomori as well, Wan-Bissaka, Brandon, Dean Henderson in goal. This is our team. Can the financially crippled Man United still get the job done against City? Time to find out. And that is the City team we're facing. I think we're used to facing Sterling, Aguero and Bernardo Silva up top. Such a lethal front three. They've got Kevin De Bruyne. They've signed Mikel Merino, which is an interesting signing. Sakai at left back. I'm not too sure who he is, but Laporte, Umtiti, Cancelo. This is a good City team. There's a reason why they're unbeaten. Alright, time to see the new kits in action, and they do look gorgeous. These kits remind me of Cristiano Ronaldo, man. I kind of feel like we needed to have these kits last season when Ronaldo was back at the club, but oh well, it is what it is. The teams have walked out. Here we go, the debut of our new kits for this season. It's poetic that it's in the Manchester derby, a big night here at the Etihad Stadium. Let's show City that we can still compete. Last episode, I was playing some of the best FIFA I've played in a long time. Like, I just was unstoppable. I'm hoping we can carry that over in today's episode and continue dominating teams. We already might have our first attack here with Dan James with his unbelievable pace. Looks for a cutback to Rashford, who gets the shot off, goes down, but it's only going to be a goal kick for City. My manager looks furious there, but oh, that's a bit dodgy. Rashford probably should have done better, especially considering the form he's been in. Now we've got City on the attack. We know Man City are ruthless. They're going to take every chance to get. Rodri goes for goal, but that's a big save from Dean Henderson. We'll need him to have a big game tonight because we know City are going to get a ton of opportunities. Sterling on the attack now. Still Raheem Sterling. Looking for the cutback for Mikel Merino. Big block coming in from Maguire, but the rebound literally fell to Merino. This is just wrong. Why do rebounds always fall to opposing players, man? It's so frustrating to see this happen. Maguire with a lovely block in there, but it just straight had to fall to one of the City players, and well, Dean Henderson probably should have stopped that considering it was at his near post, but oh well. City lead 1-0 at the Etihad. Kevin De Bruyne on the attack now as City look to double up their advantage. Maguire goes in sliding with a lovely challenge and wins the ball cleanly there. But City, man, they look ruthless in this game. Aguero again with a chance to go for goal. Tomori with a big block, and again we get it away. We've barely had any chances apart from that one early opportunity from Rashford, but now might be our chances. Dan James has broken through. This is it for us. Still Dan James looks to beat one. Could have earned a penalty for us, but finds Grealish, who goes for goal. It's a simple goal for Manchester United, and on the counter-attack, we've hit Pep Guardiola's City. And the lightning pace of Dan James has come through as he gets the assist for this one. Jack Grealish with a big goal, wearing the new number 8 jersey, of course. United get themselves back in this one. Probably an undeserved goal because of, how attacking City were and the chances they were creating. We've barely had the ball. One counter and we've made Pep Guardiola's City pay. Not an ideal situation to be in. We know Cancelo is absolutely rapid. João Cancelo beats me easily there. Not good. Ball played back into Kevin De Bruyne with a brilliant header. Thankfully, Dean Henderson was in a good spot to save that. Grealish looks for Rashford. This could be the start of something special here for us. Marcus Rashford brings it inside, but the final challenge coming in from Cancelo stopped him. Otherwise, Rashford would have probably made a 2-1. And with that, it is half-time. It's been a difficult game against City. They've definitely been the better side, but on the counter-attack, we're creating chances. That's the positive we've got to take from this half, and let's hope we can push towards a win in the second. Grealish looks for Greenwood, flicks it up again, goes for goal. It's unbelievable from Mason Greenwood, but it's off the crossbar. But on the rebound, Marcus Rashford has scored. Oh my days, Manchester United have taken the lead against City in this derby. I cannot believe how well we're playing. Mason Greenwood deserved to score there. That would have been goal of the season. I wouldn't even had a vote for that because unbelievable from Mason Greenwood. The audacity to pull that off was just insane. To even try it, to be honest, but he got so unlucky with the crossbar. But thankfully this time, a rebound falls kindly in our favour. Rashford, right place, right time, gets on the end of it and well, makes it 2-1 United. These new kids are coming in really lucky for us as United lead 2-1 against City. Come on. Looks for Rashford again. Now it's Dan James. Brilliant touch from Dan James. Goes for goal, but it's a big save from Edison. We're slowly asserting our dominance here at the Etihad Stadium. City look flat. They've had their chances in the first half. They didn't take them apart from the one goal they scored. And now in the second half, we're dominating. I think it's time to give Lewis Davies a taste of the Manchester derby. Let's bring him on for Camavinga. And let's hope he can deliver. Rodri on the attack here for Man City as he beats one. Still Rodri looks for Kevin De Bruyne. Wan-Bissaka trying to keep up with him. Now it's Sterling though. Brilliant dribbling from Raheem Sterling. Big save from Dean Henderson. I'd almost lost hope there. I thought we were surely going to concede. But big Dean Henderson comes up huge there with a big right hand to stop Sterling from scoring. It's now Grealish. Now Dan James. Can Dan James score? He walks past the keeper. Unbelievable scenes. Dan James has just rounded Edison and scores a famous goal at the Etihad Stadium. Why is the game paused itself? I think my controller got disconnected. It couldn't handle Dan James's pace. But anyways, a famous goal at the Etihad Stadium as Dan James rounds Edison and scores a lovely goal. Oh my days, Dan James, man, that is just saucy there to get it behind Edison. A famous goal at the Etihad Stadium to make it 3-1. And I know a lot of people are going to complain about the sliders because the game just randomly paused itself. So, yep, the sliders are what I normally use for ultimate difficulty. And anyways, a lot of people have been asking me to show my sliders. So there you go. This is what I use to make ultimate difficulty somewhat fun to play. Lewis Davies looks to be on a run here as he feeds Mason Greenwood. Chance for us to make it 4-1. And Mason Greenwood with a beautiful finish. Lewis Davies on his Manchester derby debut picks up a beautiful assist as Mason Greenwood continues to score. We've absolutely rattled Manchester City here at the Etihad Stadium. I simply cannot believe this. Like, what is even going on in this series right now? Our form is genuinely beyond belief. We're battering teams left, right and centre. Last episode, 4-0 against Wolves. We beat, of course, big teams as well in the Champions League in the last one. And now we're doing it again in the Premier League against City. This is unbelievable. Greenwood bags his 6th goal of the season as we're cruising to another famous win at the Etihad. I still can't believe this. We've actually beaten City 4-1 at the Etihad with a team of kids. It's a lot of the youngsters that are playing and they still got the job done. Mason Greenwood, Marcus Rashford and pretty much everyone on the pitch was just outstanding. What a win at the Etihad Stadium, man. 3 points in the Premier League as we inflict City's first defeat of the season. We are actually 4th in the Premier League right now. 4 points off Liverpool. Should we do this to ourselves? Should we put the expectation on ourselves? Because a title challenge, possibly? You know what? No. We're not going to go that way. We're not going to go that way. We're going to take it game by game. In December, we'll see where we are. And if we're still around about the top spots, maybe we'll push for the title challenge. For now, every game is going to be treated like a final. It's now time for us to focus on Champions League football as we've got a big night ahead of us at Old Trafford as we take on Juventus. This is going to be a massive game in the Champions League. We thankfully won our first game of the Champions League season, but this is going to be difficult to win. And also, if you look at this, just a 3-day gap between the City game and this one against Juve, we might have to prioritize. And well, Might have to rest a few of the first team players for this one, we'll see. The good news is that most of our players are pretty much fully fit for this one. Had to make a few changes, like Bruno Fernandes coming in for Grealish because he seemed pretty tired. Also, Tuanzebe comes in for Tomori, and I'm also starting Lewis Davies ahead of Kamavinga because Lewis Davies was superb against City when he came on in that last game. This is how we've got our team lined up for this one against Juve. Greenwood, Rashford all starting, McTominay in the lineup as well. Maguire captains the team. I'm ready for this. A big Champions League night at Old Trafford. Let's get this underway. Do you guys remember where Anthony Martial had gone? Well, it was Juventus. So he's up against his former team in this one, which is definitely going to be interesting. Memphis Depay, Ramsey, Kante, Rabiot. That is a solid Juve team. De Ligt at the back as well. Captains their team. They've got a quality side. This is not going to be easy, especially with Martial making his return to Old Trafford. Rashford looks for Bruno Fernandes. What can the Brazilian do in this situation? A few step overs to create some space. Looks inside for Greenwood. That is actually a lovely pass from him. Now it's Lewis Davies. Inside to Dan James. This is good football from United. Dan James gets past the defense. Puts this back in. Mason Greenwood tries to volley it home, but Alderweireld with a lovely clearance. So far, we've started the game off brilliantly. Alright, here we go. Short corner taken for Dan James. Ball inside to Maguire, who turns and shoots. Maguire still might have a chance. What's going on here? Chaos at the back as Juve finally struggled to get the ball away. Mason Greenwood looks for Brandon Williams. This is lovely. Brandon stops it. Back to Greenwood. Still Greenwood holding up the play really well. Looks back for McTominay. Good pass inside for Breno. The dribbling is nice. Keeps hold of the ball. We're still moving it really well. Scott McTominay goes for Dan James. Greenwood back to Dan James. It's beautiful football. Dan James goes for goal. Forces a big save out of Chesney as Rashford tries to put the ball in. Not the best of crosses. Anthony Martial has broken through. Now it's Kante back to Martial. It's awful defending from him. Martial looks inside for Memphis Depay, who goes for goal with his weaker left foot. Thankfully, it was his left foot. Another simple save there for Dean Henderson. On the attack we go with Dan James, who looks to bring this one inside. Looks for Mason Greenwood. It's brilliant football, but Chesney denies Greenwood there. The passing between Rashford, Dan James and Greenwood was lovely to see, but Greenwood's finish, he probably should have done much better there. Half-time against Juve, and it's been a cagey affair so far against them at Old Trafford. I expected them to be a lot better, but we've competed really well against them. Let's just hope we can keep this up in the second half as well. Juve have up the pressure and they look really difficult to defend against now as Klosterman scores. And Anthony Martial picks up the assist for this one. So frustrating to see. 1-0 Juventus, they probably deserve it. They've overall been the better side so far. Fair enough, they've scored. We've still got time to respond. I want to at least get a draw from this. I'm afraid Bruno Fernandes at the moment just isn't cutting it. So we're going to have to bring on Jack Grealish. Let's hope Grealish can help us turn things around. We have a free kick from 37 yards. I know this is not going to go in, but you know what? Let's just try and see what happens. Okay. Never trying that again. McTominay looks for Grealish. Can we create something here at the dying stages of this game? Dan James back to Grealish. Takes it back on his right foot. Strikes it, but he couldn't get an angle on the shot and Chesney makes a simple save. Another attack here for Juventus. Tuanzebe goes in with a lovely challenge. Tell you what, even though we're going to probably lose this game, Tuanzebe has been outrageously good at the back. Fair enough to him because he's really stopped us from getting embarrassed in this one. Anyways, the game ends in a 1-0 defeat to Juve. Fair play to them. They actually were good in this game. Plus, of course, our squad isn't at the level it was last season. This had to happen. We're not going to be beating Europe's elite in our first season with all this rebuild anyways. So, yeah, that's all I can say right now. Tough defeat to take though, especially at Old Trafford. Oh no, this is not good news at all. Jack Grealish has suffered a torn calf muscle and he'll be out for the next 6 freaking weeks. That is a lot of time without pretty much our first choice Cam. And it's going to be difficult without him because we know how important he is for the team. 6 weeks basically means he's going to miss the entire month of October and half of November. Important games against Spurs and all, he's going to miss them. That is so frustrating. On the plus side, this injury might do wonders for the likes of Bruno Fernandes, who'll probably get more game time now. Same with Lewis Davies, maybe even Chong. So blessing in disguise, at least for the youngsters? Probably. I really wasn't joking when I called this group the group of death. I mean, take a look at this. Ajax top of the group with 4 points, Juventus with 3, United with 3, even Galatasaray have managed to get themselves a point. So this group is wide open. The games we've got against Ajax are going to be key. Back we go to Premier League football now, as we've got a big game at Old Trafford yet again. Time to try and bounce back from that defeat to Juventus. But it's going to be a difficult game that we've got here as we take on 6th place Everton, who are only a couple of points off us. We've been in fine form in the Premier League this season. Let's keep that up. Lewis Davies now getting an opportunity to play in that cam role behind the striker. Let's hope he can make the most of it. We've got Rashford, Greenwood, Dan James all starting, Camavinga in the team as well, McTominay, Maguire captains the team yet again. It's a big game against Everton. Let's keep our good form going in the Premier League. Coping without Jack Grealish is definitely not going to be easy because he's actually been a very important part of our team in that cam role. Big opportunity for Lewis Davies though at the same time. Not good as our defense has completely been opened up, but Dean Henderson there strongly saves us, only for him to bottle it, and he saves us again. What even was that attack from Everton? Somehow our keeper fumbled it once, I think twice, but I'm glad we didn't concede though. This is not ideal as Everton may have another chance in this game. They've actually been really good in this one as the cross comes far post. What a save from Dean Henderson. If there's going to be a Save of the Season award, that's definitely going to be as one of the contenders. Oh, this is not good. Everton getting in behind again. There's nothing we can do to stop that. But Dean Henderson, who's been on inspired form tonight, stopping literally everything thrown at him as he makes another great save there. Half-time against Everton, it's definitely been a bit of a weird game. Similar to the game we just had against Juventus. Very cagey affair. Not many chances coming both teams' way. Let's see what happens in the second half. We're playing some good FIFA right now. McTominay looks for Dan James. It is now Lewis Davies down the right flank. Lewis Davies back to Mason Greenwood, who goes for goal, but he misses. No! Mason Greenwood, how? Moise Kean with the big chance. Back to Moise Kean. This could be his chance, but Lewis Davies doing some defensive work. He seems really tired. Looks like we're going to have to make a substitution soon. And that is a terrible challenge on him from Moise Kean. He could get sent off for that, but knowing the referees in this game, it's probably going to be not even a card. Going to make a substitution though. I think it's time for Bruno Fernandes to come on because Lewis Davies looks completely shattered in terms of fitness. He had a good game though. Oh, Everton with the chance. It's Iwobi on the ball now. Tomori does well to put in a block, but Everton just won't give up. Another chance potentially for them. It's good football. Crossing opportunity. We've got to block it. Tomori gets nutmegged, but he had the strength to put the opposition off balance there. But man, it's been a stressful game here against Everton. Does well to find Dan James. Now it is Mason Greenwood. Still Mason Greenwood. It's brilliant skills there from him. Still Greenwood. 1v1 chance and he fires this one home in the 90th minute in Fergie time. Manchester United make it 1-0 against Everton at the death. Mason Greenwood single-handedly picking up 3 points for us in this one. Lovely work there from him in the attack. And then the finish as well. Absolutely ruthless there from the youngster. 1-0 Manchester United against Everton. A big goal for us in the Premier League. And that is 3 points. That was literally the last kick of the game. Mason Greenwood steps up yet again with his 7th goal in the Premier League. And we continue to rack up the points in the Premiership. 3 points yet again at the death taken by Mason Greenwood. I'm genuinely in disbelief. We're actually 3rd in the Premier League with the squad we've got currently. It's honestly incredible. We're just 1 point off City, 4 points off Liverpool. Liverpool have been perfect this season, but things are actually going really well for us in the Premier League. Remember, we're still the champions of England, so teams are definitely going to show us respect, but I do not expect to be in such a good spot. It's actually crazy. Hang on a minute, I think we've hit the jackpot. Possibly the best youth academy player I've ever seen. Florian Janssen, 15 years old, 54 to 68 overall, and a potential of 87 to 94. Are you kidding me? Of course we're gonna sign him. He's only 57 rated at the moment, but that potential between 87 and 94 is just unbelievable. He's a right midfielder as well. Some of his stats are actually pretty decent, like sprint speed and all. Fair enough. So next episode, we're going to keep things going as we've got games against Ajax in the Champions League, which is going to be important, especially considering the situation in the group. More Premier League games as well against Watford, Stoke, Newcastle. Everton in the Carabao Cup. We'll probably try and wrap up the entire month of October in the next episode, which should be fun. Not really an ideal episode for our season objectives, but we did get an assist with Lewis Davies. We scored a few with Greenwood and Rashford, so not all bad. Before we wrap the episode up, time for you guys to make your vote count and vote for the Player of the Episode award. As always, a couple of nominees. Familiar nominees this time yet again. Mason Greenwood being nominated once again. He had a stellar episode. I mean, this kid is just incredible. Won us all 3 points against Everton. And your second nominee is going to be Dean Henderson. The amount of outrageous saves he made today, it was just unbelievable. So vote for Big Dean or Greenwood. Up to you guys to decide. Click the I button on the top right of your screen. This really was a big episode in this series with the new kits being unveiled and all that. Next episode, we'll give the away and of course alternate kits a go, which I really can't wait for. And apart from that, I know a lot of you guys want to see new fresh kits, and next season, that's exactly what we're going to be doing. So for now, the plan is to use these retro kits, and hopefully you guys do enjoy watching it. So for now, that's it for today's episode, a big one. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Drop a like on the video, subscribe if you're new around here, and well, I'll catch you guys next time.